Hey guys, it's your girl Jackie back with another video. We are here with day 5. Woo! Yay! Day 5 is going pretty well, guys. I'm excited about day 5. The reading was very good today, and this might be a long video, guys, so I don't know. But before I get into the reading, I do want to say, as you can see, my background is a little different today. I thought I might change it up a little bit. Here I am, guys, right in a parking lot, but the Lord will use you anywhere you go, amen. So we're going to go ahead and get into these scriptures. We are in chapter 5 today. So I highlighted a bunch of, I pretty much highlighted the whole chapter because there were so many good scriptures, especially while we're trying to do our no sex until marriage. This chapter is definitely speaking to us on that. Verse 11 says, "In the end, you will groan in anguish when disease consumes your body. You will say, 'How I hate discipline.'" That sounds like me. "Only if I had not ignored all the warnings. Oh, why didn't I listen to my teachers? Why didn't I pay attention to my instructions? I have now come to the brink of utter ruin, and I must now face public disgrace." That is so true, guys. Like, even if it's nothing like physically damaging to you, just sometimes in situations where you mixed up with the wrong person, things can happen. You could, I don't know, share a picture with that person that you trust, and then a bad situation happens and they like try to put you to shame by doing something that you shared with them in confidence and on good standing, and they use that against you. So that is exactly what this is talking about. It might not even be something as far as really bad as getting a STD or HIV. It could just be something I shared with you personally that now you're trying to use against me. That is what it means by public disgrace. That's a real thing. As small or as big as it might seem, that is a real thing. And people use stuff against you like that, so you have to be careful. This is why we're doing this no sex until marriage. I'm tired of getting my stuff snatched back from me just because I've been in a bad situation, or I'm dealing with it could not even be a bad person. The person doesn't even have to be a bad person. It's just not where God wants you to be, so it's not working. And he will not allow you to move forward because he doesn't want to bless you with them, with that person attached to you. So you have to it's not just about sex, is what I'm trying to say. This can ruin your life, and that's what I'm learning. Sex is not just fun and games. Sex is not just trying to build a family. Sex is not just because it feels good. Sex is serious, and it's nothing to play with. And I feel like we as human beings, I guess, have strayed away from the meaning behind sex. Sex, in my understanding of sex was for marriage. Sex is supposed to be something that a man and wife do to consummate their marriage. I hope that's the right word. To make their marriage legally bonding, or make it bonding. To bond their marriage, they had sex, and they also had sex to procreate, to make children. And of course sex feels good, but that wasn't the purpose of it. It was a bonus. The feeling is a bonus, but it was never the purpose of sex. And we have perverted the act of sex to the point where we just see it as bad. Like, you try to hide it. Anything dealing with sex, if it's not a music video or something that's public, if it's dealing with your own personal stuff, you try to hide it and stow it away, and you don't want to talk about it because it's almost shameful. But that's because it's being used out of order. It's being used out of place. I think that's what God is trying to get me to say. We got to get back. We got to get back to the origin, to the original root. Like, sex is not just because, oh, I'm feeling good Saturday night, so let me, no. And that's why so many bad things are happening. That's why so many bad relationships are lasting longer than they should. That's why so many children are being born into situations where they just aren't wanted. It's just bad situations. That's why, because you can mess up even a simple friendship with sleeping with somebody because that's not where it was supposed to go. People want the companionship, but they're so used to being numb all the time to feelings and emotions. They only show real feelings and emotions when they're having sex. And that is such a lie, because yeah, you might be feeling that right then and there, but you might not even know that person. So those are not real feelings, those are not real emotions, but they're the only thing that you are willing to allow yourself to express. And so now you're like, oh, the only time I really feel something is when I'm having sex. So I want to keep having sex because I like how that feels. But you gotta fix that, because that's a problem. We're trying to fill a void with sex, I believe. And I'm saying we because I'm trying to be general, but I'm talking about myself. That I know I get lonely, and I know I be wanting, like, you know, just somebody to be around. I don't know, it feels like give and take, or I want this and he's giving me this, so I should do this for him. When that's not, your body is not is never going to be equal to anything anybody can give you. Your body is priceless. It's you. Like, I always try to get people to understand that you want me to give you, like, me, like my whole body. This is all I have. Like, this is all I have, and you just want me to give it to you just because you want it, just because it looks good to you, because you took me out for dinner in a movie. You think you deserve my whole body? Like, what else can I give you? What else can I give you? And once I give it to you, what else do I have? And that's just how I feel about sex. Like, I can't just give it to you just because you want it. No, this is me. No, I can't do it. I have done it, but it's not something that I want to continue to do, which is why I am vowing to not have sex until I get married. And I just feel like things will be so much better that way, because I won't have to feel like I'm giving myself away to please somebody else. Because I'm going to let it be known in the beginning, sex is not on the table. That person can either stay for me or they can walk away, because sex is what they wanted from the beginning. So I'm thinking that's how that's going to play out, and I'm just hoping it don't play out like that for years, because God, please, no. So we're gonna I think there was a few more scriptures that I wanted to read, because it's really good. Drink water from your own well. Share your love only with your wife. Why spill the water of your springs in the streets, having sex with just anyone? You should reserve it for yourself. Never share with strangers. Let your wife be a fountain of the blessings for you. Rejoice in your wife of your youth. She is a loving deer, as graceful see that person? Let me lock my doors because Jesus, yeah, fence around this car, and I'm gonna keep reading. Let your wife be a fountain of blessings for you. Rejoice in your wife of your youth. She is a loving deer, a graceful doe. Let her breast satisfy you always. May you always be captivated by her love. Why be captivated, my son, by an immoral woman, or fondled with the breast of a promiscuous woman? That really reiterates what I was trying to say earlier. We gotta be a little bit more stingy with our bodies, with our lives, because everybody just don't deserve it. So I understand that sometimes we have needs of our own, and you know, sometimes it gets rough because it's like, well, I do right, you know, I work, I make my own money, I'm paying my own bills, I do this, I do that. Why can't I go out and have a little fun? But a little fun can end your life. A little fun can ruin your entire life. Or ruin is a good word because it's in the Bible. Or maybe I should say change the That is a completely different person, y'all. What's going on back there? We need to hurry up and get out of here. Okay, so yes, and yes, you might be doing all this. You might be a boss. You might be doing it on your own, independent. But don't get yourself caught up because you're trying to be grown for a night and mess up the rest of your life. The connection that was bonded that night, because when you have sex, there's a bond that is being formed. There's a soul tie, and I know we all know what soul ties are because we got a few. Be a little bit more stingy. Be a little bit more responsible with yourself. You can't take chances. You can't take risks with yourself like that. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to God. It's not fair to the people who need you in your life. It's not fair to your husband. It's not fair to your wife, the one you need to be waiting on, that you want to be out being loose, being grown, because you don't have no self-control and you don't have no patience. The last verse that I highlighted in this chapter is verse 23. It says, "For he will die for lack of self-control. He will be lost because of his great foolishness." Self-control is key, especially in waiting to have sex until marriage, because you can do it. It is in you. But it's you. Like nobody can convince you to do something that you don't want to do. So it's in you already to want to do it. You're human. But you have to have self-control and suppress those feelings until it's the right time. I know I have an issue with never. Sometimes I feel like if it's not happening right now, it's never going to happen, but that's not true. We can wait, we can be patient, we can have self-control. And when the time comes, it's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. I know it is. I have to believe it in my heart, because what am I doing all this for if it's not? You know, God told me it is. So boom. That's what I'm going to believe. And that's what I'm waiting on. And that's why I'm waiting. That's day 5. And we're lit. We're lit. Day 5 was really good, guys. Like I said, chapter 5 was really having me like, I think I'm on the right path, God. Yes. So, like I said, comment. Let me know how y'all feeling about day 5. We here, we live, and I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow for day 6. Peace, guys.